Good morning to all of you. This is another fresh Monday and we are going to learn another fresh chapter, that is chapter 5, Heat. This is a chapter of physics, and here in your class 7 the chapters are clearly distinguished into physics, chemistry and biology. So this is a chapter of physics, heat. Do you know what is heat? How many of you know? What is heat? How does heat transfer? How can we measure heat? For all these questions, you can answer now. And you may know what is heat. Heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy. It is the energy of a body that is due to the motion of its particles. Particles here means the molecules. By the motion of molecules, a body gets heated up. The energy that formed in a body due to the motion of its particles, that is heat energy. Now, how does the transfer of heat take place? Does it take place? Does the transfer of heat take place? Yes, transfer of heat takes place. When you are sitting near a fireplace or near the heater or near a blower, you can feel hot. You can feel warmth. How? Because from that fireplace or from that heater, the heat is conducted or transferred. The heat is transferred and come near you. And come near you. That is why you feel that hotness. Another best example is we feel the heat of the sun. In the daytime, you can feel the heat of the sun. Where is the sun? Sun is very far away in the universe. Above the sky, very far away. How can you feel the heat of the sun? From there it is radiated to the earth where you are. Sun is placed at a far away place. You can feel the heat of the sun because it is travelled from the sun to you or to the earth. So heat is transferred. So from where heat transferred to where? How does the transfer of heat take place? The transfer of heat takes place from a hot body to a cold body. Here you can see the heat is transferred in this example from the sun to you. Which is the hot body here? Hotter, the sun. Sun is a burning object. So from the sun, its heat transferred to you. That means the heat always transfers from a hot body to a cold body. Can we measure the heat? Can we measure how much a body is heated up? You know, the daily temperature we are measuring. The temperature of boiling water we are measuring. The temperature, the hotness of any body or body temperature we can measure. Then what is temperature? From where this word comes? So the measurement of hotness is called temperature. The measurement of hotness or coldness. How much hot or how much cold a body is. The measurement is called temperature. Temperature is the degree of hotness of a body. how much a body is hot. To measure that temperature, the word temperature is used. So now you know all this, and you were already know all this. This is a previous knowledge test. It is also a previous knowledge test. What is heat? How does heat transfer? You know, whatever I told you now, you already know these things. But as an introduction to this chapter, we have to discuss it, to bring you to this topic, to concentrate you. I have to tell all these introductory matter or previous knowledge matter is this. Heat is the energy of a body that is due to the motion of its molecules. Transfer of heat takes place from a hot body to a cold body. Temperature is the degree of hotness of a body. Now, there are certain effects of heat. There are certain effects of heat. Before that, may I ask you, can you say some example that heat is a form of energy? What is the speciality of energy? Energy can do work. Can heat do work? Can heat do work? Can you say an example for to prove this? Yes. Whenever water is boiling, if you place a cover or lid on it, what will happen? If you don't know, if you are not noticed it, if you do not notice it ever, then you go for an experiment now. A small activity. Every day you are making, you are boiling water or making tea, boiling milk. Now you go to the kitchen, take a vessel half filled with water, cover it with a light lid, aluminium lid or steel lid, a covering, light lid. Heat it over a flame. When water starts boiling, you can see that the lid rises up and it will make a noise. It will rise up and down, and will make a noise on the brim of the vessel. What happened here? Why the lid is dancing? You can see steam is produced when water is boiled. When water boils, steam is produced. The steam has the power to raise the lid because it has energy. So what is steam? The heated form. It is the heated form of water. When water is heated up, it converts into state. It converts its state from liquid to gas. And it is in a more moving stage. Then it is filled up with energy. Steam has more energy. That is why steam is burning us more than hot water. So steam formed by the heated water has the power to raise the lid. And it do work. What work it does? It move the lid up and down. It therefore does the work. So this shows that heat is a form of energy and it can be used to do mechanical work. Heat can be used to do mechanical work. This thermal energy is used in many industries for making thermal power projects, for making electricity in thermal power projects. Steam engines were there. So heat can do work. Heat is because heat is a form of energy. Now The next thing is there are some effects of heat. What are the different effects of heat? There are so many. In that some physical effects and some chemical are given here. Some physical changes can be done by heat. Some chemical changes also can be done by heat. The physical changes are change in temperature, change in state and change in thermal expansion. Of what? Change in the temperature of a body. Body means any object. Change of state of an object. It can bring change in the state of an object, change in the temperature of an object, change in the thermal, it can bring about a thermal expansion. And all these things are physical changes because they are temporary changes that they can be bring back into its original form. They are not permanent. That is why they are physical changes. Change in temperature. Temperature can be increased and decreased. We can increase the temperature of a body, decrease also. We can decrease the temperature also. For example, when we provide heat to water, when we heat water in a pan, it will be heated up, its temperature increased. When we remove the pan from the fire and keep it for some time, it will the temperature is lowered. In this way we can increase the temperature and decrease the temperature also. So effect of heat we are discussing here. Providing heat can increase the temperature of a body. Removing heat can decrease the temperature of a body. When we keep the same water in the refrigerator, the temperature decreased, lowered. In the refrigerator, the temperature of a body lowered. But in the same time, when we provide heat in the heater or in the geyser, the temperature of the body increased. The temperature of water increased. So heat can bring change in temperature. Next is heat can change the state of a body. When we put water in the freezer compartment of a refrigerator, you can see that the liquid water change into solid ice. Here there is the change of state from liquid form to solid form. You bring that ice out of the freezer compartment and keep it sometime in the normal temperature, so you will get liquid water. This liquid water you keep in the heater or above the burner of your stove and boil it. You can get steam, that is another state of water. The vapor, water vapor you can get, it will change into water vapor. So like this, heat can change the state of any substance. When you burn a piece of kapoor, what happened? It will change its state from solid state to not liquid state, directly into gaseous state. Sublime, change of state from solid to gaseous state. So heat can change the state of an object. Next, thermal expansion. So in between I interrupt to say that you must note these examples. Whatever I am saying in this video, the examples you must note. Along with these points, note these points in your copy and note down the examples I told in each case. So the next physical change is thermal expansion. Thermal expansion is the phenomenon of expanding the materials on heating. So materials expand on heating. How materials expand on heating? The volume increased. The volume of the material increased. So that is why they expand. Expansion, increase in volume. That is when heating it is expanded. That is why it is called a thermal expansion. So metals, usually we can see metals expand on heating. That is why railway tracks are given gap in between them. The rim of a wheel, heated to red hot before slipping it into it. Why? Because the heated rim will expand and it can be fitted easily, and after cooling it, its grip will be better. It contracts and it grips the wheel firmly. That is why it is heated before fitting into a wheel. So these are all examples of thermal expansion. Now the second effect of heat is chemical change. In chemical change, substances, the change of substances permanently. In chemical changes, it will not come back to its original position, original state. The change is permanent. Chemical changes are permanent changes. When heat provided to a paper, that means when we burn a paper, what will happen? When we burn a paper, what will happen? It will convert it into ash. Can we change that ash into paper again? No, we cannot. That is why it is a chemical change. So, example of chemical changes: paper or wood change into ash when heated up. The color of sugar changes into black when it is heated up. All these are example of chemical changes by effect of heat. Example of chemical change in effect of heat. So now after this introductory lecture, I am going to finish my video, this video here. You must note down these things, whatever I told you about heat. This one, what is heat, how does transfer heat take place, define temperature, and the other one, effect of heat. What are the different effects of heat? Physical changes, change in temperature, change of state, thermal expansion, and the examples, what I have told in this video, examples about it. All those examples also you have to mention. Okay, see you in the next video. Goodbye.